Hello everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Hiveswap. That's right everyone, I'm a filthy homestuck. This wasn't always the case. You can blame Undertale for introducing me, even indirectly, to the comic. And yes, Hiveswap is part of the Homestuck universe, so if you haven't read the comic, go do so. Now. Yes, 7 years of comic archive, flash games, and videos. Go read it. Now. Do it. I'll wait. Okay, you actually don't have to read the comic in order to understand anything about what's going on in this game. It helps provide a lot of context for some things, and there are a lot of little nods here and there to the comic, but this really is its own self-contained story. I do recommend reading the comic, though. It's just, maybe have patience, at least until Act 2 or 3, though. Trust me, it's worth persisting despite the strange narrative structure. That's not always the best advice to have to give about getting into a story, but it is how it is. Anyway, all that aside, here we are. This game was developed by Andrew Hussey and Wet Pumpkin amidst several complications and an exceptionally delayed development period. This is a new adventure in the same universe as the comic. So, without any further ado, let's get started. This is actually very much in the spirit of like the old school point-and-click adventures.
I's a puppy.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Your name is... Sorry, you're gonna need a minute. Okay, you gave yourself a minute to freak out because of the monster. The thing with all the legs and teeth. The one that barely got away from. The one that you barely got away from. Minute's up, though. You take a deep breath. Let the uncertainty slip away into the toothy, arm-waggling darkness and focus on what you know. Your name is Joey Clare. You live just outside the town of Hauntwitch. You are, in no particular order, a puzzle solver, a semi-orphan, a dancer of multiple schools, an aspiring veterinarian, and a big sister. Speaking of that monster, the one that barely missed eating you alive, only you're not thinking about that right now, it might be headed back outside where your little brother is. You've got to warn him. So, they say that, but you have plenty of opportunity to look around. It's the 11th of November. Today started off just like any other day, with another sunrise and the sound of songbirds going hog wild out there in the trees. But their songs have all but stopped, and now there's something else going hog wild out there. You don't know what it is, but it ain't birds, and sure as heck ain't hogs. Mark the calendar? You've already marked today's date as part of your daily routine. If anyone claims that you didn't exist on the date November 10th, 1994, you can shove that big red X right in their face and prove them wrong. So, gives you a context of when this is taking place. 1994. These posters, they resonate so powerfully with the very core of your being. The animals, the magic, the power, they whisper to you in your dreams. Secrets of a better world on the other side of the stars. Let's see, is that the same thing? Okay. So, I'm probably not going to want to leave this room just yet. Mom won this award at around the same age as you for being best at ballet. It's pretty. Your babysitter gave you this for your birthday. Joey, she said, this wizard's the best. He lives in the little wizardy world, just swimming in spells and glitter. He will protect you. Look what he's doing he's doing it right now. Your babysitter loves lizards, obviously. She's pretty great. Alright. It's easy to make your very own cake! Or something like that. You're really excited to get this for your birthday last year, but you ran out of the baking stuff pretty quick. You could use regular sugar and flour or whatever, but it's not like you have those things just sitting around. Who does, honestly? People with moms, you guess? So, this style of narration is actually very much lifted directly from the comic. Each of the pages often have their individual narration explaining what's going on, especially in the first couple of acts. Let's see. So there's a lot of things that you can look at. Let's see, what's over here? You've got more pressing concerns right now than the book report you have to hand in on Monday. Besides, none of these books are appropriate choices for a book report, according to your teachers. Your teachers seem oddly fixated on award-winning books where beloved dogs are introduced and then inevitably die. You kind of hate your teachers sometimes. Let's see. They should be pretty safe on the shelf, which is the point of shelves, you suppose. And right off the bat, we have some shoes. Along with ballet, you also study tap dancing. You haven't decided which you prefer. Ballet is fun, but tap's also fun, in a different kind of way. You've considered blending the two, wearing one tap shoe and one ballet shoe at the same time, but decided to fully master both and earn the respect of your teachers before unveiling your boundary-shattering balap style to the world. Well, let's equip them. You add the tap dance abilitech to your technique, or techniche? Yep. Those are the words that refer to those concepts. You learned them literally just now. These will help if there's anything you need to shake it up or shake off, or if you're just in the mood to shake it. So, with these equipped, you can click on them, and then from there you can click on something else, like for example, the ballet picture. They don't give ballet trophies for tap dancing, but if they did, you might just win one of these yourself someday. Or maybe you'll win for your ballet. You decide to dream big. So you can also tap dance to the globe. You do a few steps from Twirlin' Merlin, your thus far unfinished showcase of wizard-themed dancing. This one's the Pyromancer's hot step. Okay. Let's see. You try to remember if Clarissa ever got any jams like this. You have so much in common. Annoying little brother, computer in your room, a second-story bedroom, As much as you hate to admit it, Clarissa's life deviates from yours on a number of vertices. Her parents were around, she had a cool friend who was a boy but not her boyfriend, no monsters in the yard, etc. Your babysitter got you this junior veterinarian's medkit. It's kind of important to you, so you think you'll leave it here for now. It would really bust you up if something happened to it. Let's see. This is where you keep your clothes. You consider your fashion statement to be fun and comfortable and try to model yourself on Clarissa. Ah, Clarissa. She really does explain quite a few things, except, of course, precisely where she gets her clothes and how she manages to look so great all the time. I believe this is a reference to Clarissa Explains It All, a show that played in the 90s. Shall we change? You could try on some new clothes, but what's the style montage without at least one party offering compulsory reaction shots for each outfit? Who's going to give you an affirming head nod when you finally nail it? There are important things to consider before you carelessly plunge headlong into a style montage. What's this? Your walkie-talkie. Half of a set. Your brother has the other one. Could come in handy. So let's get that. Feels a little light. Uh-oh. Yep, no batteries. You remember cannibalizing the walkie-talkie when something else needed them, but you can't recall exactly what that something else was. Huh. Hey, it's a computer! Once upon a time, computers did in fact look like this. Your modem always makes a mighty racket logging you on. Probably not worth riling up any hallway snakes to surf your sites right now. It's not like there would be much new to see anyway. You're sure that Jude would have let you know if anyone in your web ring had updated their sites. Goddamn. Beanbags are making a big comeback lately. It beats sitting on the floor, and that's all you can really ask of a beanbag. Interesting stuff on the ceiling. I wonder. I don't think I can look. Oh well. So, it looks like there's some interesting stuff going on outside the window. Fortunately, because this is a point-and-click adventure game, we've got plenty of time to explore things as necessary. Let's see, let's take a look outside. So the cursor automatically changes when it's something that I can look at. Let's see. Poor puppy. If that icky snaky thing hurt her, well, you'd use your budding veterinary skills to patch her up and make it all better, but you'd also be very angry. Right now she doesn't seem to want to come out of her doghouse. You don't blame her. It'd be nice if those monsters were as weirded out by that weird skull fountain thing as you were. Unfortunately, that thing is probably monster chic. Speaking of monsters... Yikes! More of them? Gentrification is a real monster. But blistering social commentary aside, you sincerely hope you and your brother aren't killed and eaten by these eyeless horrors. Yeah, same? Remember when you were raking up those leaves? Your dog knocked Jude over and you laughed and then everything turned to monsters. Ah, memories. The sun has just set, making for a glorious autumn eve. As such, autumnal evening glory radiates from the heavens, kissing the clouds on its way down to earth. Stupid clouds, all untouchable and ephemeral and stuff. And something is obviously flickering at us from this screen. You briefly muse on the metaphorical significance of the flashing light. What could it represent? The past? The future? America? Is your stupid brother. You need to get in touch with him. Looks like Jude scurried up to his treehouse to get away from that thing, unsurprisingly. He acts like it's his mission control room up there, as if a goofy kid legitimately has any secret business of that sort. Outrageous. You're not allowed up there, he says, to which you reply you'd rather step on a rake than set foot in his rickety little nerd hut. You school him so often, you really should be pulling in as teacher's salary. God, I can talk. Oh, let's see. Ginger Rogers. Gosh, she is really something. The greatest tap dancer who ever clattered gracefully across the screen, probably? No, wait, definitely. And still kicking. The bounty hunter's advice for dealing with monsters would probably be to shoot them. Or change your shape. Or both at once. She's cool, but pretty difficult to emulate. The story keeps happening. The story keeps happening! Just look at that childlike empress. She sure looks pretty pleased with herself for someone who's only in the movie for about 5 minutes. Hot steppin'! You don't really perform the styles of dance that make this movie such a pulse-pounding barn burner of a smash hit, but you'd certainly like to someday. Well, hey, one of the funny things, you can actually tap dance to a poster. Your tap dancing idol, of course, after your mom, but Ginger's a close second. She's just amazing. Oh, what, I can't tap dance at it? Oh. Second mom. This game is only available in Japan, but there's this kid at school who says his uncle works at a games company and he says gets to play all sorts of secret games before they even come out here. He runs off at the mouth and says like he has all this insider information and sources inside the game companies, but honestly, you think he's just desperate for attention. You tend to ignore him and focus on more pleasant things like this super cool poster! Second mom rules! Yeah, Second Mom is probably a reference to Mother 2, which was a game that the Mother series is the basis for Earthbound, which is a huge influence for Toby Fox, for example, and I'm guessing Homestuck as well, because there's some elements in there that apply. You love your video game console. You're a computer games enthusiast at heart, but you can't help but enjoy the tactile sensation of a controller in your hand as you fight evil and save animals and etc. Lots of etc. Oh. Oh, that's more than enough of that. Okay. I got some pictures here. Since she's been gone, you've seen less and less of Pa over the years. Guess he had greener pastures to move on to, or bluer beauties. Yeah, that's a statement that's going to make sense eventually, and you're probably not going to be any happier than I am. That little girl there, she's destined for big things. Big hopes, big fears, big worries, big lonelinesses. Now hold on, pull yourself together. What would your mom say if she knew you were thinking like that? You really wish you knew. Okay. You usually don't have much to record on here on account of your humdrum life you lead. But you think today will be a different story. You think? I mean, monsters attacking? Maybe you should take a moment to record a note now. Just in case this is your last chance to set down your final words before your tragic demise at the hands of horrible sneaky thing. Unfortunately, it's locked. If you wish to gain access to your long buried or recently buried secrets, you'll have to use the diary key. And nothing else really interactable on this screen. Okay. The goal of this game is to get 4 of your colored circles in a row before the opponent who's trying to do the same. You can also theoretically connect 5 if you're kind of a showy jerk. Okay, well, we've got a closet. You really like this poster, but you can't really say why. It's pretty, and you like the expression on the ballerina's face. You wonder if this is what it's like when adults go to museums to look at actual art. You hope so. Okay. Bunch of Rubik's Cubes, which were more of an 80s thing, really. Bunch of other toys, but the thing that we are interested in is this. You really get a charge out of this game. It's kind of bossy, though. Okay, fine. We've got a challenge. Oh, right. That's where you put the walkie-talkie batteries. You'll just, take them back out. Okay, one more game for old time's sake first. Stu's probably fine. So, this is Simon Says. Okay, just gotta follow the pattern. Oh, looks like the green button isn't working. Well, nostalgia satisfied. Might as well scavenge the batteries. Okay, and like with any inventory system, you want to combine items from time to time, like so. Success! The walkie-talkie works like a charm now. A charm with battery power! You feel pretty pleased with yourself. It would seem you just solved your first puzzle of many on what is sure to be a sweeping adventure full of mysterious brainbusters. Then again, putting batteries in a thing isn't technically solving a puzzle, you suppose. It's just overcoming a minor inconvenience that you created yourself using mundane, wildly available modern technology. You don't care, though. You're counting it! Okay, so we now have that indicating that someone wants to be talking with us. But before we get to that, I'm going to poke around, I think. Is that just going to take us to the desk? That's going to take us to the desk. Alright. So I specifically did not go looking over here. Now this was actually a toy in the world. Puppy Surprise is having puppies! How many? That's the surprise! Puppy Surprise! Puppy Surprise! Whenever you look at this thing, the song from the commercial runs through your head like a snake monster on an autumn afternoon. It's a great place to stash your keepsakes, where they stay as safe as a teen hiding in her bedroom from a snake monster. Okay, well, let's look at this up. You reach inside the expectant plush canine and... Puppy Surprise is having puppies! Oh god. She actually came with 5 puppies, but you gave 2 away to make room for the other stuff. You don't know anybody else who got 5. Some kid from school got 4 in hers, and she wouldn't shut up about it for a week. You're not one to brag, but yeah, you walked with a little spring in your step for a while after birthing that quintet of pups. Maybe you 5 puppy people are just cut from a different cloth. Alright, well, there are ostensibly 2 keys here. Hang on. Ah, yes. No one would ever think to look for your precious diary key inside of a plush mother dog. Least of all your brother, who was upset that he didn't get one of the puppies. Jude can be pretty melodramatic. Speaking of precious keys, there's also a beautiful old trinket that used to belong to your mom. You have no idea what it is, but looking at it reminds you of her. Honestly, you're not sure you'd be comfortable leaving it here with everything that's going on. Okay, well, let's get. You collect the diary key from its plush hiding room. While you're at it, you think maybe you should keep this beautiful heirloom of your mom's close. Just a feeling. A deep, inexplicable, impossible to ignore feeling. Okay. Well, now we have the key, so... We actually have 2 different keys. Let's try... Well, I wonder... You try to engage the keys in some kind of twisted Etcher-esque impossibility wherein they may unlock each other in an infinite loop, but it fails. Let's try this with this. It doesn't fit. It was worth a shot, you guess. Well, not really. Okay, let's try the actual obvious diary key. You unlock and open your diary. Nice. Juicy secrets. Here you come. Except they're just your boring secrets, so you don't care. Alright. You usually don't have much to record in here. Okay. Maybe okay. So let's... Right. Maybe something from your past will shed light on today's terror mysteries. Some little detail mentioned offhand and forgotten. The key kicking off a causal cascade of connections that terminates in a catastrophe of snake monsters. April 13th, 1994. Okay. A nod to the original comic, April 13th, 413, is a significant number because that was the day that the comic first actually started updating, as well as the day of the last update. Yeah, 413. You'll probably see more references to this over the course of the game, and especially if you read the comic, several references to that date. Dear Diary, ho hum, nothing much happened today. I tried to make some new friends at school to maybe expand our social circle beyond just me and Jude's friends all the time. Wait, is it weird to call my brother's friends my social circle? Ah, well, you know what I mean, Diary. I don't have any friends I can really call mine, so I'm trying to branch out. I guess it's better than calling them my web ring. The kids at school are jerks, though, and they called me a poser when I tried to talk to them about games I like and stuff. Between you and me, I think a bunch of the kids at school might be evil? Jeez, now I'm sounding all paranoid like my brother. They're just up to no good, I can feel it. Joey. June 12th, 1994. I believe this was another significant date. However, I came to the fandom pretty late, but I believe this was the update of one of the major, one of the major updates. I'm gonna have people yelling at me in the comments, especially Homestuck fans, I'm sorry. Woo! First day of summer vacation. I can't wait to get a break from all those clowns at school. Oh my god, clowns. Sometimes I think that what I really need is a vacation from humanity. October 25th. I believe that's another significant date in the fandom. I can't believe I haven't recorded an entry since the beginning of last summer. Needless to say, I've been back to school for a while now. Next summer can't come soon enough. Frowny face. I came home to a drunk babysitter again today. Sure is some quality adult supervision we youngsters are getting around here. She means well enough, though. Haven't heard from Pa in weeks. Last we saw of him, he popped in the house to drop off more stupid mummies and globes or whatever, then skipped off to go on more adventures. What a bozo. Also, how lame is it that while he made us call him Pa instead of Dad while we were growing up? I miss Mom. If this is to be the last entry in your diary, then by gum you're going to scare the bejesus out of whoever finds it once you're snake chow. November 11th, 1994. Dear Diary, forgive my hasty and nervous scribbling. I'm kinda scared, but maybe also a bit excited? Anyway, can't talk much now. I can't talk at all, apparently. There's a sly and cunning monster on the prowl. Possibly hungry for kid meat, too. So I've got to... Okay, I don't have a darn clue what I have to do, but I'll fill you in later once I do it. Satisfied that you've done your duty vis-a-vis posterity in case the worst should happen, you relock your diary and hide the key again. Safe and sound. Okay, so nothing more to do there, and that's going to be it for today's installment of Let's Play Hiveswap. But I hope to see you next time where I finally actually communicate with my brother, maybe, possibly, or maybe just continue fucking around my room, who knows. Anyway, hope to see you then.